We are the New York Knicks. We gon' break them down. New York. We gon' shake them down. New York. We are the New York Knicks. We are the New York Knicks. We gon' break them down. New York. We gon' shake them down. New York. We are the New York Knicks. We are the New York Knicks. We gon' break them down. New York. We gon' shake them down. New York. We are the New York Knicks. We are the New York Knicks. We gon' break them down. New York. We gon' shake them down. New York. We are the New York Knicks. We are the New York Knicks.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Welcome to the Church Guys Postgame Show. I am your host, Bishop D'Lo. Joining me is Bishop L. New York Knicks win tonight. Final score over the Toronto Raptors, 136-130. Another game where the Knicks just gave up way too many points. Way too many points given up tonight. This now makes the third game in a row where the Knicks have given up more than 130 points to an opposing team. They're just lucky that the Raptors don't play any defense. And as a result, they got a win tonight that, quite honestly, offensively they deserve. But once again, defensively, the defense is just gone. El?
Well, as you guys can see, I'm going to make it a habit of eating at our shows. Tony Soprano style, baby. He always had a plate of food in front of him. I'm not happy about us giving up 130 points, yo. Like, because not every night are you going to score 130 something.
136. Yep.
That's just way too much points. I don't know if that's something that's going on in the league where the refs are like, hey, let's see more buckets, and like that's a lot. Great win tonight. Randall's energy was good. I kind of think I wanted to see Josh Hart punch somebody in the face in that last down.
Looked like he was going there for a minute. It definitely looked like it was going there.
But overall, it was a great win tonight, and the only thing that I'm willing to really talk about and complain about is the fact that Thibodeau is there's something wrong there. He doesn't make adjustments. He doesn't do anything. And like we were saying in our text thread, the defense has degressed tremendously.
It's bad.
Tremendously. And I feel, honestly, that is, these iPhones with this thumbs up thing, like, I feel, honestly, that is a clear sign that Tibbs has lost this team. Sports and spaghetti, everybody. Sports and spaghetti.
Sports and spaghetti tonight. I can't disagree with you tonight. The Knicks, by the numbers real quick, the offense has been on point the last three games. The Knicks have proven that in terms of scoring the basketball, they can play with anybody in this league.
I agree.
They can play with anybody in this league in terms of scoring. But the thing that they hung their hat on previously was the defense. And, the Raptors shot 36% really from three tonight, which is 4 points above their average. Way too many open looks. And even though they're a bad three-point shooting team, you cannot give up that many open looks to an NBA team, because if they get 39 shots at it, they're going to start making some after a while. And that's what you saw in the second half. Pastor David Wright is joining us at this time. Davey, tell us what you saw tonight.
Man,
he's going to talk about Julius, because he loves Julius. So everybody get ready. Get ready for Julius Randle's #1 fan.
It was a good game. Julius Randle balled out them first three quarters. They were chanting MVP for him. But
They're delusional.
We
After, listen,
we should have ran them out the gym. We should have ran them out the gym. We should have won by 20.
listen to me. After you pay $20 for a hot dog, you'll be screaming MVP for anybody.
They were screaming MVP, and we ain't have Mitch nor quickly tonight.
We're gonna talk about that.
But I seen it, we look pretty good, but our defense looked to be slipping, man. Without Mitch, that I don't even know who that big old white boy was. He getting all them offensive rebounds. Potluck, what's his name?
Jacob Podol.
Jacob
Podol.
Yeah. So Randall is he's a bucket. He's a walking bucket.
He has been the last 2 games. He absolutely has been. Tonight, another very efficient night. 14 of 21 from the floor for Julius Randle. He only took 3 threes. He made one of them. 34 points. Had a huge 20-point first half. So Randle was good tonight. I made a joke in our group chat that after that dunk that kind of fired everybody up. I'm like, when he does something good, he costs us points because he got a tech for that, for pulling himself up on the rim. But Jacob,
I think that's one of the stupidest rules in the world.
It is. These are professionals.
What is that? What is that called? What's the tag? Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah, it's an unsportsmanlike conduct.
But then he had somebody was under the rim too, though. He didn't want to fall on the dude.
It was him pulling himself up that did it.
And slapping the backboard too.
Yeah, if he had just hung on the rim for a second while it cleared, they would have left it alone. But he pulled himself up and slapped the blackboard like he was in the playground. And I mean, I don't have a problem with that. I've never had a problem with that. You make a great play, you deserve to be able to celebrate like that. And this is the NBA. This is all about entertainment.
But they want to take the street ball aspect completely out of the league.
But I don't think that's street ball. I think that's just the exuberance of a guy who made a great play and knows he made a great play.
And that's momentum.
Yeah.
And why can't I do something that's going to charge the rest of my team and charge my arena?
You would think, if I'm trying to get an advantage in any way, shape, or form. But you're right, Dave. I mean, it is one of those things that the league, for whatever reason, polices it strongly, and it's stupid. It's stupid. Do us a favor, like, share, tag, and comment.
I'll tell you what.
Watching Church Guy Sports. Go ahead, Al.
It's white folk running the league.
I did like Adam Silver, what he had to say on the Old Man and the 3 podcast. I did like what he had to say there, where he talked about what they're doing with the All-Star game, kind of going back to basics this year, and how basically the players told them, hey, listen, you want this game to matter. Well, you've got to let us be in our routines. You can't have 25, 30-minute introductions and a concert during halftime. We got to be able to stay in our rhythm if you want us to play like it means something. So, right. And the league heard it, so they're going to eliminate a lot of those things this year. And I think that's important. We need a competitive All-Star game.
Do all of that flashy stuff.
Do it on All-Star Saturday night with the dunk contest.
With the dunk contest.
And with the 3-point shooter. Do it in between those
exactly.
events. But let the game be a game.
When you get to Sunday, it need to be a game. Everybody need to be coming to put the work in.
Right. It's all business. Sunday is all business. Sunday should be all business. I completely agree with that. Do all the other stuff. All-Star. Do it Friday and Saturday, because you got the rookie game on Friday.
Right.
So you could do it on Friday before the rookie game or after the rookie game, or do it because you have the celebrity game and then the rookie game is after. Do it in between those 2 games on Friday night. Then you do on All-Star Saturday night. But Sunday, it's all about the game.
Sunday is official day. Sunday's official day.
Right. So Sunday's official day of the All-Star Convocation. Absolutely. I totally agree with that. So, again, by the numbers tonight, New York scores 136 points tonight. The offense has looked really good the last 3 nights. The last 3 games, the offense has looked really, really good. I'm very pleased with the Knicks offense. I am not pleased with the defense. And it's almost like these guys think, oh, well, we're a team that can get a stop when we need to. You're not that good. Y'all got to play defense for all 48 minutes. You're not that good and you don't have you have good team defenders, but you don't have any individual lockdown defenders.
Right.
When you can say, hey, go guard this guy, make sure he don't get a bucket. You don't have that on this team.
No,
That doesn't
you don't.
exist.
Listen, you don't have that on this team, and you go and every night you get on the court, you don't have the best player on the court.
Not on paper. I mean, tonight they did.
I think we had the best player tonight.
Randall was head and shoulders better than
Over,
Siakam last night.
yeah.
Tonight. But OG Anunoby, 29 points. And I was hoping our other co-host, Bishop J. McCants, would be on us with tonight because he called it. He said Anunoby was going to be a problem, and he was. OG Anunoby, 29 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 11 of 20 from the floor, 5 of 11 from 3. OG Anunoby is a problem, and he's quickly becoming the guy on the Toronto Raptors. And so, he might be overtaking Pascal Siakam as their best player. But tonight, the Knicks get 6 players in double figures, 3 in the starting lineup, the usual 3, Randall, Brunson, and Barrett. RJ Barrett, breakout night tonight, getting back to normal, 27 points, very efficient, 11 of 21 from the floor, 3 of 8 from 3. RJ played well tonight. He looks like he's over his headaches, and he's back to playing the way
had migraines
earlier in the season. Jalen Brunson, aside from the uncharacteristic turnovers, very efficient, 21 points on 7 of 12 from the floor. Quentin Grimes tonight.
Woo!
7 of
What
11.
What do you had, 19
points tonight. You had Josh Hart with 16, Isaiah Hartenstein with 11 in extended minutes. We'll talk about that in just a second, but an all-around solid performance offensively from the New York Knicks. They've got to get that defense together before they get on that plane to go to Utah for this week. Now on to the next thing. What happened was Jericho Sims got the start tonight. Word came down today that Mitchell Robinson out 8 to 10 weeks with a stress fracture in his right ankle. And a hush filled. The fellas don't have no words for this one. Stress fracture in his right ankle, out 8 to 10 weeks. He's going to miss 2 months of the season.
at least
Out to the All-Star break. What do the Knicks do?
What did I say? What did I say in our text thread? I think it's Tibbs' fault.
Why do you think it's Tibbs' fault with the Mitchell
Robinson?
Robinson
That he
injury?
overuses our players. He overextends them, overuses them. The conditioning becomes bad. And
we all know when there's fatigue, you're a lot more susceptible to injury. That is true.
Absolutely. And we've seen it with every one of his teams so far.
I don't know, because Mitchell Robinson ain't putting in 40 minutes a night. He never was. He getting us 25, at tops 28 minutes. So
Hartenstein does a good enough job to where he gets a good 20 minutes a night. So that's true. Mitch is not giving, but Mitch was playing on a different level for those 28 minutes a night. He was leaving everything on the court.
And we ain't got a full season from Mitch since he been in the league. It's always something with this Mitchell Robinson.
Come on, Dave. You don't say that because he happens to be one of my favorite players.
I like him too.
You sound like you get ready to go on attack.
I ain't gonna attack. It's always something with this Mitchell Robinson. Last year he ain't played a whole year. The year before that he ain't played a whole season. We need at least 75 games from him, and we ain't ever gonna get it.
Well, that's interesting, being that the Knicks just gave him the bag at the end of last season.
Yes, we did.
I think the expectation was that Mitch was going to take the leap in terms of his games played this year. I mean, a stress fracture, I don't even know how it happened. And he finished the game last game.
He kept playing that last game.
Finished the game. So, he did prove to be durable, but maybe, it's something that the Knicks decided we can't play with. We're just going to go ahead and have the surgery now, because if they are going to make some sort of deep playoff run, the Knicks are going to need Mitchell Robinson. We're now at the 22-game mark, the quarter pole of the season, if you will. The Knicks are 13-9 at the 22-game mark, which is a decent record to be at. again, as Jason McCants would scream if he was here, they're mid. they're mid in the conference.
I think we 6 or 7 right now, something like that.
Yeah, so we're the Knicks are in a situation where they're saying, I guess they're figuring if we can hold ground until we can get Mitch back, let's just go ahead and get him right now, and instead of waiting. But I mean, a credit to him, he did finish the last game, so I can't say he's not tough. He's definitely. I mean, you played the entire second half on a stress fracture. You doing something. You essentially played on a broken ankle. So I credit Mitch's toughness, but I agree. Go ahead and get it cleaned up. The problem with that is you traded away your size in OB Toppin. You traded away your size, and so now you've got Jericho Sims, who is essentially a poor man's Mitchell Robinson. He's got the hops, but he doesn't have the instinct or even the defensive ability or even the rebounding instincts. I mean, he's a guy that you can plug in, but as you saw tonight, he's not going to be a dominant force on the boards. The Knicks got out-rebounded tonight. Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, the Knicks did not get out-rebounded tonight. I apologize. The Knicks actually won the battle of rebounds by 4. Trying to figure out how that happened, but that was team rebounding. Nobody had 10 rebounds. You had Hartenstein with 8, Randall with 8, Jericho Sims had 7 rebounds. So Josh Hart, of course, had his usual 7 rebounds. So it was a team rebounding effort tonight, and that they're gonna have to rebound by committee in order to stay in some of these games. And the offensive rebounds, they're gonna have to make shots. Knicks shot stat of the night. Knicks shot 59% from 3 tonight.
Wow. And we didn't blow this team out. That's scary. You shoot that good from 3, you got to win by 20.
I agree with that. But, this is one of those things, because you saw what happened to us. Milwaukee shot like that from 3 and beat us by 20.
That's right.
That's what's supposed to happen.
You think we need to go get a big man for these couple of months? Or can Hartenstein and Sims hold it down?
I like Hartenstein with the second unit. I think he is absolutely fantastic. Though that is one thing Tibbs did get right, not inserting Hartenstein into the starting lineup, but putting Jericho Sims in the starting lineup, because Jericho Sims is more like Mitchell Robinson in terms of the way he plays. So it meshed well with that first unit. Hartenstein with the second unit works because that's a unit that shares the ball, that passes the ball.
He surpassed that rock, man.
Yeah, that second unit, they just play so well together.
How many assists they had tonight? How many assists they had tonight?
Knicks had 36 assists tonight for the Knicks.
Yeah.
Josh Hart had 8 assists tonight.
It seemed like I watched this game from beginning to end. It'd be looking like Josh Hart had 35, 40 points because all of his points matter.
Josh Hart is one of those players. He's important to your team when he's right, because not only is he a glue guy, but he can erupt offensively and give you points in spurts.
Oh, yeah.
In games. I've been saying this since last year. As Josh Hart sticks that wide open 3, he was driving me crazy early this season when he wasn't taking it. I'm like, if he's open, I'm like, Josh, if you're open, shoot the ball.
Yeah.
Shoot the ball. You're gonna make it. Like, I have full confidence in his shooting. But most of the Knicks shooters are on the second unit. Well, you got Josh Hart, you got Quentin Grimes, you got Emmanuel Quickly. That second unit is just nothing but shooters and Hartenstein. And then you got RJ Barrett playing with them, who's your slasher, who's going to get to the basket and kick it out. He's the one that commands the double teams and then gets it out to one of those guys. So there's a real cohesion with that second unit that you really don't see with the first unit. The second unit is all about getting off the ball, I notice. Nobody holds the ball for more than a couple seconds. There's no pounded into the ground, dribble. There's no Julius Randles.
You talk about Randall. I knew you were going to talk about Julius Randle.
No, to a degree, there's even no Jalen Brunson's on, because as good as Jalen is, sometimes I think Jalen Brunson, but he's the point guard. I'm expecting him to pound the ball a little bit more because he's got to find those open lanes. The second unit doesn't look for that. They just move the ball. They spray, get it to the open guy, and they're excited and happy for whoever takes the shot. So that second unit that second unit shows me something every time they get together. They can absolutely score, and they're the ones who kept getting us the runs to give us the lead. That first unit just can't defend. There are no. This is the problem with the first unit now with Grimes out of it. There are no good defenders in our first unit.
Man, we gave up 130 points tonight.
For
Wait,
the
that's
third straight game.
this is 3 games in a row. That's almost 500 points in 3 games.
It is 500 points in 3 games. 146, 133, 130.
That's a man, and this is
That's
almost
509
four.
points total.
My God, and this is Tibbs. This is a Tibbs. Oh,
So I said earlier, Davey, that coach has lost these players because if for him to be a defensive coach, let me tell you something. If I'm a defensive coach, when we play tomorrow, I'm gonna be putting that number up in the locker room. 500 plus points the last 3 games. What the hell are y'all doing? What is going on here?
You know, Pat
y'all
Riley would do it.
Y'all are not playing defense. You can't. There's no way in the world you think that you can outsling. You're not going to be able to gunsling with every team in the league.
no.
You got away with it tonight because Toronto is young and they haven't learned how to win yet.
That's the only reason why. But you did. But check it.
Milwaukee and Boston.
You didn't get away with it against Milwaukee and Boston.
You can't. You can't get away with it.
Not with the big boys.
You're not going to get away with it against the Clippers on the West Coast. You're not going to get away with it against the Lakers or the Suns on the West Coast. You're not going to get away with it.
No, absolutely not.
These teams are going to run you out of the gym.
Listen to me. You give up 35 points in the first quarter. You lost that game against them teams.
Yep.
It's over.
because they're not letting you get more than 20 in the first quarter. If that much. It's like, come on, man. No way. No. That defense has regressed. And we got to try to figure out why. But that defense has regressed. And that is a defensive-minded coach. What's wrong? He's not getting something's wrong. To me, it looks like they going out there and they saying, y'all don't care what he say. We balling. Because you can't front. They are balling. They are scoring.
You can see now they're playing more for each other than they are for the coach, which is a gift and a curse. I'm glad they're playing more for each other. That makes them a more cohesive team. But you got to get a stop. You got to get stops.
You got to get stops.
You got to get stops. You got
to get stops. Now if they start playing like this and getting stops,
they're on their way. They're on their way at that point.
I'm ready to jump out the window. I might jump out the window right now. I might jump out the window. But if they get stops and put up 125 points, because I ain't even asking for 130, they get stops and put up a $125. If they get stops and put up a $115.
I'm glad you said it, Butler, because now I get to say this.
You're going to let Davey jump out the window too.
This proves we might not need another star if we got the offensive firepower.
Going too far.
So we ain't bringing in another star to come play defense.
Listen to me.
We done scored all these points in these last 2 games. We can do it with this squad we got.
I'm willing to agree with you, Davey. No, we don't need to go and get a star. First of all, and I said this the other night, I really don't think there's any real stars in the league. Like, you're never going to ever see another free agent pool like the one you saw with Melo and LeBron and all of them. Like that, the whole league.
LeBron, Amari Stoudemire.
The whole league was free agents at that time.
Chris Bosh, all of them were slated to be free agents in the same year.
You're not going to see that kind of I honestly don't think you're going to see that kind of talent
because you're never going to see another class like the 2003 class ever again, because that was all of them. They all became free agents.
They all became free agents at the same time, right?
The only one that was a piece of crap was Darko
Milicic. Yep, he was the only trash player in that entire draft.
He got picked second
by the Pistons.
Have no idea what the Pistons were thinking.
But I don't think you're ever going to see that kind of talent ever again. I think that the league has reached a place. I think the league has really reached a place where it's homegrown development. Like if you look at the teams around the league, you're not really looking at teams that are winning because of free agents that they signed.
No, the young players are stepping up. You got
You're
Ja
looking, yeah,
and
you're looking
Memphis.
at teams. You're looking at teams that are building on what they drafted, which is what the Knicks are trying to do, and I commend them for it.
They're trading complementary pieces and role players.
Yeah,
Those are the guys they're picking up, but they're drafting their guy.
yeah.
They're drafting their guy, and I think that's a huge thing. And I think with a different philosophy, I'll go out on a limb. I truly believe the Knicks have their guy in RJ Barrett. He's trying to take the leap. He's trying to take the leap, but I really feel like he's being held back by this offense and by the fact that, you've got Julius Randle who's going to take 20 shots a night.
Well, he's proving this. He's definitely proving this. That the year before him and Zion came out of college, he was indeed the best player.
Yeah, and everybody said that he was the consensus national preseason player of the year that year. So I mean, go back to Obi. Obi was the college player of the year he was drafted. Like the Knicks have done a pretty decent job in their drafts the past couple of years. They picked up Mitchell Robinson on the second round. Emmanuel Quickly, late first round. Grimes and Deuce McBride, late first rounders. They've done a good job drafting players. Problem is the system and the coach hasn't really allowed those players to develop to where they can be potentially elite. You've got to allow them to grow together.
I'm starting to think we might have got the best player in that draft with RJ. Because Ja Morant, he a gunshot away from being out the league. And then Zion Williamson, he eat pork chops and grits every morning. He can't stay in shape.
Yo, the way a 39-year-old LeBron made him look bad in that tournament.
Come on, man.
Oh my God. I'm watching this game going, oh my.
You know what's bad? I saw that church mother meat under his arm. You know that church mother arm he got? He got that meat under his arm.
He got that pot stirring arm.
Yes.
That's the arm that stir the greens.
Well, let me say this. Like Zion is, I think Zion is I think he's a beast. I think that he is really unsatisfied with where he landed. He does not want to be in New Orleans. It's clear.
But he took the money.
Well, what else you gonna do?
He took the extension. Do what everybody else does in this league. Don't take the extension. Demand
and then go into free agency.
Everybody takes the money. Everybody takes the money. All of them take the money, bro. I don't know what you're talking about.
No,
unless you're gonna force a trade.
But this is just it. He took a super max. He can't force a trade at $50 million a year.
No, you can't.
Nobody's taking that. No team's taking that contract.
But you also gotta remember. The position that he was in. He got to take that money, especially if they got
the money coming off an injury year. Yes.
Yeah, especially if they willing to give it to him and he ain't played 40 games a season yet. Of course, I'm taking the money. I'm taking the money. I don't care what nobody says.
But then you got to go out there and ball out. That's the way I feel about it.
He doesn't have to ball out because it ain't his fault that they offered him a super max. It's not his fault. It's their fault. I don't want to be here, and you still offer me that super max. You know I don't want to be here. On top of the fact that I done got injured purposely. I don't want to be here, and you still gonna give me a super max, and you know that my body is not healthy. And 9 times out of 10, my body's not healthy because I'm not conditioned in the way that I should condition in order to be able to play. And the reason why I'm not conditioning the way I should be conditioning in order to be able to play is because I have to play someplace I don't want to play. So I'm going to give you your 25 games a year, and then my knee hurts again. I want nothing to do with you.
Leading up to that draft, all he talked about was playing in New York.
Yes.
That's all he talked about.
Yes.
So
I remember
that's where he wanted to go.
I remember when he was they was interviewing him. He was still in
at Duke.
He was still at Duke. They was interviewing him, And it was like, yo, how do you like your chances? Because wasn't we a lottery pick? We was a lottery team that year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We finished.
So,
It was our best chances in years to finish first, and we actually,
yeah,
in total Nick fashion, we ended up third.
third. Unbelievable. But he was saying, like they was asking him that, the Knicks look like they want to draft you. His thing was, yeah, that's RJ's team.
That's what
I
he
remember
said.
that interview. He
I
was like,
remember
that's
it too. He
RJ's
said
team.
that's RJ's team. Yes, he did.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And RJ wanted to be here. Now,
RJ made it abundantly clear. My man walked out on draft night like, yo, I'm a Knick. Like, this is a lifelong dream come true. Like, my dad played at St. John's. I grew up around here.
Yes.
I'm home. He only wanted to wear the orange and blue.
So, I don't think we can get Zion now. And if we do, we got to wait another 3 years for him.
5.
Another 5 years for him?
Because this is the Supermax is an extension. So this is year 5 of his. This is the final year of his rookie contract.
And then that contract kicks in.
Then the Supermax kicks in because this is actually the final year of RJ's rookie deal. His extension doesn't kick in until next season.
And he got a bag too. RJ got a nice little bag too. I think he got 137, 140.
RJ got a bag.
RJ got a bag.
RJ got a bag.
RJ got a bag. RJ earned his bag, but I think also RJ earned his bag 2 ways: by being a pretty good player, but he also earned his bag by staying out of trouble because he's the only one of the top 3 that has not been in a scandal.
That's right. That boy shooting and Zion got all them porn stars pregnant.
Oh Lord. RJ, they said RJ is a gym rat. Like they said, literally, RJ goes to the gym and goes home. He goes to the gym. He goes, and his parents follow him wherever he goes. So I'm sure their key. His father. You could look at Rowan Barrett Sr. and tell he don't play.
Oh, he don't. He don't.
He played for Lou Carnesecca. So he got some different values.
So we haven't had the opportunity to talk. In-season tournament championship. Let me give my opinion on this thing first. Okay?
Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, please do.
I have some very mixed feelings because you're playing basketball. The sport does not change whether it's the Larry O'Brien trophy or the in-season tournament trophy. It's the same exact sport. You have to do the same exact thing. You got to put the basketball in the basket. The added portion of the in-season tournament, it did everything that the league was looking for it to do.
True.
It created competitive basketball in the beginning of the year. It minimized completely resting players.
True.
Right? And that whole, like the points, I think all of it was so dope. I was watching 7 p.m. in Brooklyn the other night, and when I watched 7 p.m. in Brooklyn, which is Carmelo's
shout out
podcast,
to Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah, he was saying the only thing that he didn't like was the whole point system because now you run into cases where people got to run up that point. You up by 30 and you still scoring. There's an unwritten rule that you're not really supposed to be running up the score, but because of the in-season tournament's rules, and you may have to win by point spread, it is what it is. So I think I have my little issues with that. I think I want them to get rid of the point system. However,
how do you judge it though? Or do you expand the knockout round to make it more than 4 teams? I think that's the way to go.
I think that's the way to go. Yes.
I think the way to go is to make the knockout round more than 4 teams because only having 4 teams in the knockout round, I agree. I agree with you and with Melo. I don't think that point differential should make up the difference in terms of how it's decided for teams that have similar records. I think that, if you're only going to play 4 pool games, then you've got to expand the playoffs, or you let everybody make the knockout round based upon records, and then the next games are all 1-game eliminations until you're left with the final 2.
Yeah, but now this guy is 38 years old,
Indeed.
and he's still unstoppable
At times.
at 38 years old. What can we say? I'm still not going to call him the greatest of all time because y'all already heard my stance on that last week.
Right.
There is no greatest of all time.
He's definitely the greatest of this era.
He's definitely the greatest of this era
Absolutely.
of basketball.
Absolutely. I think we're all in agreement on that.
What can be said about this guy? He puts his mind to something and it's like, I'm going to get it. Come on. Everybody could talk that. The league wanted him to win the championship. He's got to be the first one to do it, and he's got to be the MVP. Crap that. I'm not willing to concede that the league is that rigged. Like, I just cannot believe that. Like, there's no way that you can make me believe that the league is that rigged. I'm a ball player. I know you cannot rig basketball like that.
Listen, we all know, all of us who played the game here, it all boils down. No matter what the league does, no matter what the refs do, you still got to score points to win games. You still got to put in more points than the other team. And so it really, I've heard pros say it, like, yeah, certain officials, you knew what the league was doing or trying to crack down on certain things. So it's like, oh, this guy's reffing. Okay, so we're going to have to win by 30 to win by 2. Got it. But you could still go out there and do it. LeBron James has this other gear. He has
other gear. It's a gear that nobody else has.
Yeah.
Now let's park right there. He has another gear, and it's a gear that nobody else has. Davey wants to say that he's on crack. He's not on crack.
Davey said he got that crackhead strength
and speed.
He has another gear that nobody else has.
Nobody.
And let me tell you something.
On your body, you better have another gear.
Right now, what's their record? Because ain't they at the top of the West right now?
No, they like 14-10.
So the Lakers are actually not at the top of the West. They kicked it into another gear for this tournament.
Because you know what happened? They lost by 44 a couple of nights before the tournament. And then beat New Orleans by 44 in the tournament.
The Lakers are currently 5th in the West, 14-9.
14-9.
You got the same record as the Knicks.
But they went 7-0 in the tournament.
Yeah, with LeBron, we seen dudes in phenomenal shape before. Karl Malone, phenomenal shape.
But he couldn't.
Kevin Willis.
He couldn't do. Those guys can't do what LeBron can do, though.
What is it? It's got to be crack. It has to be, because some guys, when they reach 35, 36, they started to fall off a little bit.
It's a billionaire who spends $2 million a year on his body.
If it's that easy, why everybody they got LeBron money?
No, everybody's
even if they do, these players are not willing to make that investment into their body. LeBron has personal chefs everywhere.
Who are we hearing from today? Are we? Yeah, go ahead.
He takes his weight guys with him everywhere. His entourage is just a group of people, aside from Rich Paul, who are people who are going to make him better or continue to strengthen him. He's a basketball savant. He watches game film when he doesn't have to. They said that even when he's on his leisure time, when he plays NBA 2K, he plays it with the rosters built the way that they are for real and on Hall of Fame mode, so he can see the tendencies in the AI. Like, he's crazy. LeBron's crazy. I mean, it's a good kind of crazy, but LeBron's crazy. That's how seriously, but he has a PhD in basketball. Like, all jokes aside, and I'm not a LeBron fan by a long shot.
Who does that sound like?
I got to give him that.
Who does it? Well, who does it sound like?
That was Kobe
and Mike.
It sound like Mike.
Kobe and Mike.
They're basketball savants. Absolutely.
Mike studied his opponent. Mike used to take them out to dinner.
Yeah, and watch him eat. Watch what he would watch what hand they picked up the napkin with. Like, geez. That's why Jeff Van Gundy told his players to stop going out with him.
Yep. During the playoffs, Van Gundy and everybody knew that Charles Oakley was one of Michael Jordan's best friends. Van Gundy and Riley were like, "You are not going out with him. We got to play them for 7 games." Absolutely not, because he's using it against you.
Yeah. So LeBron,
he's on that level, and he's made the because again, Michael Jordan did that, smoking a bunch of cigars, drinking, flying out to Vegas the night before a game. LeBron does none of that. We're talking about a man that sleeps in a hyperbaric chamber.
Could you imagine if Mike Jordan had
that focus and had that kind of technology? Because again, these advantages that LeBron has. LeBron came into the league in 2003. A lot of the advantages that he has, hyperbaric chambers and all that extra stuff. So the sports medicine has really changed in the last 20 years. Mike didn't have that in the 80s and 90s. Imagine if Mike had that in the 80s and 90s.
Right. Because I don't think any of them are sitting in ice tubs anymore.
Nah, just Kevin Hart.
Yeah, LeBron, Melo, and Wade, they all came in the same year. These dudes got podcasts, and this man is still running around this court up and down. We got to give him some credit for that. He don't get GOAT status.
Not for nothing. I think of the rest of them, of that group, that 2003 group, I think if Melo wanted to, he could still play. Melo just decided, I've got other interests. I don't want to play basketball anymore. It's just not worth it. I think that's what Melo did. I think Melo.
And LeBron knew he could still play. That's why he brought him out there to LA. LeBron knew he could still ball.
And Vogel didn't use him right, but that's another conversation for another day. Because I didn't see enough of LeBron and Melo on the court together with AD, which with a front court like that of LeBron, Melo, and AD, they should have been bodying. They should have been bodying people.
Yeah.
And I think Melo top 10 all time in scoring.
Yes, he is.
He is. He absolutely is.
Woo. In one draft, you got 2 of the top 10 scorers ever.
When you got the greatest scorer ever in LeBron in terms of points, and you got Melo, who is easily probably, as far as the players go, everybody in his position says he's the hardest to guard in ever.
Right. Now, with this in-season tournament, I don't know. I think the Knicks got a bad deal because we end up playing the Milwaukee Bucks or the Celtics 5 times. That ain't fair.
No, I don't think we got a bad deal. I think we did not take it serious as everybody else.
The Knicks didn't take care of business when they were supposed to.
They didn't take care of business. Everybody had an equal opportunity to win that in-season tournament. Because again, it's not based off of who's better. It was really based off of the point spreads, right? And it wasn't really based off of who was better.
If the Knicks had in that first in-season tournament game against Milwaukee, if the Knicks had a better second half, they would have won their group.
They would have won that,
and they would have been hosting somebody.
They would have had the home game,
right? They would have been hosting somebody rather than having to go to Milwaukee.
Yeah,
and we're looking at a completely different scenario because you're looking at hosting Indiana or hosting Miami. You're looking at hosting somebody rather than, or actually, not even. You're looking at hosting probably, you're looking at probably hosting Boston. That changes everything.
Oh yeah.
We have issues with Boston right now. I don't know
But
what.
you would have been hosting Boston with no Porzingis, because remember Porzingis was out for the in-season tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah, Porzingis, he could have a broken leg and he'll still play against the Knicks. He came out the hospital just to play against us. I thought he's out. I thought he was hurt. But he come to play against the Knicks though.
Porzingis and I thought about what you said the other night, El. Porzingis is the difference maker this year, because last year they had Robert Williams, so you didn't have that stretch five. The Knicks could pack their defense a little more. Jaylen Brown has done nothing against the Knicks in 3 years.
Nothing.
It has been Jason Tatum, and as a result, the Knicks have owned the Celtics up until this point. They got Tatum some help. And that has been the difference in these first few games against the Boston Celtics this year. Finally got a comment here.
I think
yes, and
I think the Lakers gonna. You see, the Lakers put so much into the in-season tournament. I think they're gonna drop off now.
I don't think that.
I actually think the Lakers are going on a run.
I think they're going to go on a run. I think that they're going to want to be the team that took both in 1 year.
Now they want to say we got the first one. Let's be the first ever team to win the in-season tournament and the NBA championship.
They definitely want to do that. And
Wow.
and the way Anthony Davis played the other day, if he plays like that, if he plays like that. Yo, if he plays like that the rest of this season, who's stopping that team? Ain't nobody stopping that team with him playing like that.
That was the AD that LeBron's been waiting to see.
Oh my God!
Did you see how happy LeBron was? Did you see?
Yes, because that's the AD that LeBron has been waiting to see.
LeBron dog almost kissed that man on the mouth.
Yo. Listen to
me.
Almost
P. Diddy, that man.
Oh God.
And so and here's
don't get us canceled, Dave. Please don't get us canceled.
You know that P. Diddy had Wendy Williams fired from Hot 97.
Yeah, we know that. We know that. Please don't get us canceled, Dave.
No,
yes, Anthony,
no,
Mitch, no Quickly. Tough road trip coming up. We'll see what happens. Wednesday night in Utah.
I think now I don't agree with you, Davey. I don't think that they're gonna drop off. I think that this Laker team is. I think they are a beast that was awakened, and God forbid they make a key trade, and they get somebody that helps out. It's gonna be a problem. That team can do it.
They may not even need to make a trade.
Might not even need to.
What I saw the other night from Cam Reddish, I said, if this kid makes this leap, my goodness.
Cam Reddish, not the Cam Reddish that we had.
Yes, the Cam Reddish that we had.
Stupid Tibbs.
He was. I put it in the group chat that night. I said, I'm sitting here watching the in-season tournament final with two guys, Cam
and Obi,
that could not crack our starting lineup, starting 4 teams in a championship game. And Obi had a great night himself.
Obi can ball. I don't know what's wrong with Tibbs. Tibbs is nuts. He's crazy. Tibbs is crazy.
2 second-round picks we traded him for.
And his brother Jacob is looking real nice in Westchester.
Yeah. Could you imagine Obi on this squad that we got right now?
Yes, I could. That second unit would be even more dangerous.
But if we had Obi, we wouldn't be able to have. We won't have DiVincenzo.
You would have had DiVincenzo. You was getting DiVincenzo. You got DiVincenzo for money. You didn't give up nobody.
Yeah, we didn't give up nobody for him.
And Obi's not doing extension until next year.
Yeah.
So Obi is still on his rookie deal. So
it would have been nice.
You could have had Obi and Devo.
Come back, Obi. Come back.
Would have been really, really scary.
Resign with the Knicks. Come back. Lakers have a great chance if Davis can stay healthy. That's a big if. Yeah, true. You know,
Very
That's a huge if.
He has to stay healthy and he has to play like he did in that championship game.
you know, they his house has an urgent care in it.
What is wrong with you? His house has an urgent.
It's the other wing of his house, the urgent care.
Urgent care.
The other wing of his house. Like,
He got doctors on call 24/7.
He need to. He need to.
nigga Anthony Davis, he flushed the toilet. Oh, I'm injured.
Yeah. I ain't never seen nobody that fragile.
He's Mr. Glass.
Mr. Glass.
That's Mr. Glass.
So great win tonight from our Knicks. Hopefully, it's not a habit of giving away 130 points. That's just so many points.
The Knicks cannot afford because but this is just it. We've had 3 great scoring games from the Knicks, so they're due a dud. They're due a dud because this team does not have, for all of the prolificness of their scoring, they are inconsistent at best. They're inconsistent.
They are what
consistently inconsistent.
That's what my professor used to call one of the students in the class. He was like, "You are consistently inconsistent. Like I can count on you to not be consistent. And if I was grading you for your consistency, no, he said if I was grading you for your inconsistency, you would pass this class."
Oh, that's rough. Jeez. But
if I was grading you for your inconsistency, you would pass this class.
But the Knicks are due a dud, and it's going to happen on this West Coast trip. It will surprise me.
Who do we play? We play Utah.
We got Utah. We got Phoenix. We got the Clippers, and then we got the Lakers.
And the Lakers. The only team I want to beat is the Clippers. That's the only team I want to beat. I want to beat the Clippers.
Ballot.
Huh?
For Donald Ballot, right?
I just want Donald Ballard to go hide away somewhere and crack his base over his head.
I think we come back 2-2. I think we come back 2-2 off this trip.
I agree. I wouldn't even be surprised if we come back 3-1.
Oh, wow. That's a bold.
I wouldn't be surprised only because this Knicks team again, they are good. They're good. They're good, yo. They're a good team. And I'm willing to say that you keep this unit together, they're not going to do anything but get better. They're not going to do anything but get better, right? Because that chemistry is there. They're not going to do anything but get better. And they are a team that can really be on the come up while everybody else's teams are getting old. While everybody else's teams is looking for somebody to trade for, while everybody else's team is trying to sign a big free agent, you keep that unit together. You keep this team together. Eventually, they have to win it all. Eventually have to be contending for it all. You cannot, it's the same thing. I keep telling everybody, it's the same. This is the same exact scenario as Golden State. Golden State.
They built through the draft and they added pieces here and there.
Yeah. Yeah. And let's just be honest. They did not need Kevin Durant to win the championships they won.
No, they didn't.
They had already won before he got there. He joined them to get a chip.
He joined them to get a chip, and they let that Cleveland Cavalier loss rattle them a little bit.
If Draymond Green didn't get suspended, they would have won that game that year too. They would have won that year too.
You are absolutely correct, David.
They were up 3-1. They get that Draymond Green getting suspended, and then that Game 5 win by LeBron, and them gave them momentum. And
you are absolutely yo. You know what? I totally forgot about that, Davey. If Draymond Green doesn't get suspended in that series, they win that year too. And what would that have been? That would have been like a 4-peat or something like that.
3 in a row.
That would have been 3-peat.
That would have been a 3-peat.
They were going for their 3-peat. They were going to be the first team since the Bulls
Did we lose? Did we lose?
I think
Dwayne?
Loho froze up. Yeah. Yeah, they would have definitely won that. They would have won that series. And the only reason they went and got KD is because they lost that series.
They know that because that's well, I don't know if they went and got him because they lost that series. I do know that Kevin Durant was having his little, he has his little girl fits, and he was having his little girl fit with Russell at the time. You know what I'm saying? And so he's like, yeah, I just want to get out of here because Russell's erratic. But Russell was the man. Russell is the man. Yo, I don't care what nobody say. Russell is
still right now. I like his fire.
Okay?
I love his fire.
I like his fire.
Listen,
And Kevin
Russell
Durant
Westbrook
just
gonna bring
couldn't.
it every time.
Kevin Durant couldn't survive underneath that. Fine, no problem. So he want to spurn Russell. You want to spurn Russell, so I'm going over here to Golden State. I mean, what are you doing? You don't have to go there. Because guess what? You're not going to win another championship ever again. Kevin Durant's never winning again.
No.
But that's why nobody respects Kevin Durant as a winner. Like, you had to go join the best team in the league.
Stephen A. went. I remember when he did that. Stephen A. went off.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
I remember when he did that. Stephen A. was like, "You's a sucker."
Yes, he did.
Yep.
But they let that Cleveland loss, that finals loss to the Cleveland Cavaliers, they let that rattle them. And somebody said, oh, let's go get KD because we're a definite shoo-in. We're going to win if you got KD, which is all absolutely true because you can't have him and Steph on the same team.
And
not
Klay
win.
Thompson.
And Klay Thompson. All three of them shoot. So, I mean, yes, it's going to happen. And then, let's just be honest now, because at that time, that eventually KD became the leader of that team. And if KD doesn't get injured, they win again.
Right.
Golden State wins again if KD doesn't get injured. What was that, an Achilles?
Yep.
Yeah.
20.
Yeah. And that was against the Raptors, I think. That was against Toronto, right? I think that was the finals against Toronto.
Yes, Toronto won a championship. Toronto won a championship.
And they beat Golden State because KD got that torn Achilles.
And Kawhi was healthy. They pulled Kawhi out the bubble wrap, and he played.
Yeah,
I mean, they got to the finals on a Kawhi Leonard lucky shot, but that's
So I mean, it is what it is. We could talk about this all day. Let's talk about this $700 million. Was that what it was?
$700 million.
$700 million over 10 years.
For Shohei Ohtani.
And he don't speak no English.
I bet he counts in English.
And if he don't, he got 700 ways to learn. 700 million ways to learn.
I'm taking all of the young boys to at my church, and I'm giving them baseballs.
Take them to the batting cage.
No more football, no more basketball. Do something with this baseball.
Let me tell you something. You can be a millionaire in the minors.
You can.
You could be a millionaire in the minors, and I don't even want to make the job too hard for you. Here's what you do, Davey. Whoever's the left-handed pitchers in your church, take them and get them baseballs.
That's true. Whoever throws left-handed, because left-handed pitchers are a commodity in baseball. You ain't even got to be great. You just got to be able to get the ball to home plate.
That's it,
man. Y'all know Sebastian? He got a son that play baseball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Listen.
I think he in AA or AAA or something like that.
AAA. No. He's in AA. He's in AA.
If that man, we need to shoot his arms up or something. We got to do something.
Listen to me.
Because we're not sending no baseball players from the hood no more. These guys is making money from China, coming over here, Puerto Ricans, Latinos. We need some of that money. $700 million?
The Cubans.
700 million. But see, here's my thing.
Guaranteed.
Here's my thing. This is the one time I was glad George Steinbrenner was not alive. Because George Steinbrenner would have said,
He would have gave
"Oh
him
A
no,
billion. You would have gave him a billion.
He'd have gave him the first billion in baseball
he'd
history.
have been the first $1 billion player,
You
right?"
would have gave him $1 billion.
But this kid has already had 2 Tommy John surgeries.
And that's why I'm really trying to figure out how he got $700 million.
Because he's a two-way player. And he can still pitch.
He can.
Don't get me wrong, he can still pitch. Here's my thing though. When you come up against them Yankees, I think we got the remake of Murderer's Row.
The Yankees have traditionally hit Ohtani well, and now with the addition of Juan Soto. But here are the ramifications of that Ohtani contract on the Yankees. Juan Soto, who we just traded for, is a free agent after this season. And they were thinking that Soto was going to be the first $500 million man. So what are you paying Soto next year?
Soto's gonna get exactly what he wants from the Yankees, especially if he take us to the chip. If he take us to the promised land this year, we got
$1 billion.
If Judge and Soto finish 1-2 in MVP and the Yankees win the World Series, Juan Soto's easily getting $800 million.
Ooh! Oh,
800 over 10 years.
Jesus
800
Christ.
over 10 years.
Here's the thing. But here's the thing. You could do that with Soto because this is the thing. Soto is freaking 24 years old. Soto is 24.
Give it to him. Give it to him and give him the Bobby Bonilla.
I'll give him a 10-year contract. Give him a
Yo,
10-year contract.
The Mets are still paying Bobby Bonilla right now.
They still paying Bobby Bonilla right now.
Still paying him.
Right now. And that wasn't an $800 million contract neither.
Yo,
Well, you know what
listen.
happened with that. After the Madoff scandal, they had to restructure the deal to ensure that they could pay him off over time. So they restructured it. So once he retired, it's a certain amount of money. It's like $1.6 million every year. But he's getting $1.6 million a year to not play for the Mets. At this point in his career. That's crazy.
My man can come out of retirement and just go sit on the bench and get another check from another team and still get that $1.6 million.
wow.
The Mets got to pay him. But baseball
Gotta
money has
pay him.
always been crazy. The baseball is they've got the luxury tax, but there's no true salary cap in baseball. You can sign any length year contract in baseball, and not like the NBA where the max you can get is 5 years, or the NFL where the max you can get is 4 years. You get it somebody with a 10-year deal, $700 million.
$700 million.
That's a far cry. That's a far cry from that. What was the first one that A-Rod got? Because the first one he got 250.
I think he got 250 million.
He got 275.
275 for like 10 years though.
10 years. Yeah.
At that time,
that was the Seattle. No, that was the
Texas. That was the Texas Rangers
contract.
contract.
That was a Texas contract.
He got the 275 from the Texas Rangers. Then he opted out when he got to the Yankees.
Right. He got 10 more years from the Yankees and got 325.
10 years at 325. 325. You got $325 million. You got a 10-year contract with $325 million. Was a lot.
That's about 15 years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah. That was George. Yeah, that was right before the 2009 championship team. So we're talking about 16, 17 years ago, just about when they first got A-Rod. So you got that contract. And the Yankees, in a 2-year span, they gave him 325. The next year, they gave Jeter 188.
Jeter deserved more than that, but I ain't even gonna get into this conversation.
Jeter he didn't want to play anyplace else.
Yankee for life.
So it was one of those where Jeter essentially gave them the hometown discount. Like, if this is what it's going to take for us to keep winning championships, what Jeter was about his championships. He didn't care about nothing else. That's why he's always going to be one of my favorites. He cared about nothing but winning. Period.
Yeah.
$700 million. Oh, God.
$700 million over 10 years, right? And he got 2 Tommy John surgeries. So he's not going to pitch the way that he used to pitch ever
Right.
again.
That's why I'm
If
like,
he-
what is Soto gonna get? Oh my God, what is Soto? Soto
If
wins.
that album-
If Soto
if-
wins the Triple Crown this year, and the Yankees win the championship, he's gonna be the first billionaire.
They got to give it to him because now he done changed the whole market.
And the fact that he'll only be 25 years old when he signs the contract.
Yes.
The Yankees would then have him for his entire prime.
Have we found out what Soto's vibe is coming to the Yankees? Have they interviewed him yet? I haven't
I
seen
ain't seen an interview, a press conference, nothing.
They haven't. The trade just happened, so they're probably not going to do it until the winter meetings are over. And you probably won't see the Soto signing the official deal press conference till sometime in January, because the winter meetings are about to end and you're going right into Christmas. You know they ain't going to compete with that. So you'll probably see that like first or second week of January.
Right.
It's the same thing they did when they brought over Garrett Cole. They waited till January to actually introduce him.
Well, we need pitching.
Absolutely.
We need pitching.
We got an ace and we have nothing behind him.
So now remember what we did in 08, 09.
Yep. 08
right?
going into the 09 season. Yep.
The first signing.
AJ, you added
The first
CC.
no.
The
first signing was Tex.
Right.
That was the bat that we needed.
Yep.
We got Mark Teixeira. Then we made the splash.
Got CC.
Got CC and AJ.
Yep.
This is starting to feel.
Starting to feel like 09 again.
This is starting to feel like the evil empire is striking back, baby.
I think it's about time because everybody thinks that the empire is dead. It's time for the Yankees to rebuild that Death Star. and let's go back to work.
And you know what? The Mets tried to do it last year.
The Mets' problem was the two things went wrong for the Mets. Number one, they signed a couple of really old pitchers.
Old pitchers. Cy Young winners, but they was old.
And then the second problem was their closer got hurt in the World Baseball Classic. When the closer got hurt in the World Baseball Classic, that was it. You had nobody to close games. And I think
the Mets spent some money. They spent some money.
Look, Steve Cohen is trying to be the George Steinbrenner of the National League. Like, he's not afraid to spend money. Listen, I love what he's doing in terms of even Met history. And I'm not a Met fan, but I like the fact that he's finally going to retire Darryl Strawberry and Doc Gooden's numbers. The Mets should have been did that.
Yeah, they should.
Yeah.
Like, what were they doing? Like, these are two of your icons.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're going to hold them up. I don't like how they're going to hold. They said they're going to hold them up with pipes. In the rafters, it's going to be pipes holding them up. I guess that's symbolic of the crack pipes.
Why, Lord? Why is Davey like this?
But that was the 80s. Everybody was doing it then. Now y'all can debate if LeBron was on crack. We could debate that. But ain't no doubt about them Gooden and Strawberry. We know what they was.
Listen, they admit it.
Hey, we know what's going on with them. That's not a rumor.
By the way, there is an amazing 6-part documentary called Daryl and Doc on ESPN 30.
This guy is crazy.
That's amazing. So if y'all get a chance, y'all check that out. Daryl and Doc, ESPN 30 for 30. It's an amazing documentary
What is wrong
on
with you,
Daryl Strawberry and Doc Gooden.
Are you crazy?
I'm not L. I'm not even. Nope. I'm not messing with Davey. I'm not.
All I hear is my grandmother. My grandmother, God rest her soul, she was so angry that Doc Gooden didn't come to the ticker tape parade. He didn't show up to the parade.
And what she said about it?
And she was like, he's on that crack pipe.
Jesse Moore is in the comments. We were supposed to have him on tonight.
I sent him the link. I sent Jesse the link. He don't want to come on here. I sent him the link. Because of
No,
course
he
wants
want to come on here and talk about them doggone Cowboys. That's
No,
what he
he
wants
wants
to
to
talk.
talk. He wants to talk about the Cowboys.
And talk about the Cowboys.
We did
tonight.
tell him. Trust me, yo. He hit me. He was like, "Yo, what happened to y'all show last night?" I said it was Sunday.
You know we're not doing this. We said it was going to be Monday after Knicks Raptors. We told
We
you.
Right.
did. So we sent him the link. The link was sent to his phone a little while ago. He ain't come on.
And
Yeah,
we
dude.
already been off for an hour and 10, so we're gonna be closing up shop real shortly.
We about to get out of here. But yo, my grandmother was like, "He's on that crack pipe, LB. Don't get on the crack." That was 86, though. I'll never forget. They beat Boston.
4 games.
And that was a great series. And to watch, I think that's when Darryl Strawberry became one of my favorite players. I just could not be.
Oh, wait a minute. Here he is. More.
Gentlemen.
Okay, well, you got about 3 minutes to talk about your Cowboys. You come on at an hour and 15 minutes into the show, bro.
I said, how long ago? Check your timestamp on your phone. How long ago did I send you that link?
Oh man, y'all about to be. Hey, all right, it's cool, man. Look. I didn't get it. My fault. I didn't even look at the. What's up?
Dallas won. Okay, we talked about basketball. We talked about baseball. We didn't talk football today. Dallas won. Go ahead. Go on. Matter of fact, solo the screen for him. Let him have it.
No. You got to do that.
Solo the screen for him.
This is
Talk about them sorry Cowboys. Talk about them.
Because I want you to talk about your Cowboys.
Thank you, Davey.
I want you to talk about I want you to talk about your Cowboys
today on his show. I caught your show at the end, Davey, but he gave us a shout out. Bishop Lowe said we were going to lose. He said we were going to lose. So I said, well, after we win, I got to come on the show. So I'm on the show. You kept your word. I'm here. Hey,
listen, I'm always going to keep my word. Absolutely.
Y'all won.
I did not expect the Eagles to fall. This is now 2 weeks in a row that the Philadelphia Eagles have looked very bad. 49ers hung 42 on them. Dallas hung 33 on them last night. The Eagles, who I thought were for real, are pretenders at this point.
Ooh, pretenders.
Did not hear
pretenders.
I think the Eagles are pretenders.
Wait a minute, Dino. Come on, pretenders.
The best team in the NFC hung 42 on them last week, and then they got a 33 spot. They were not even competitive last night against the Dallas Cowboys.
That is the second best team. Remember, you got to say that. It's the second best team in the NFC.
I'm not going that far.
Why did Davey freeze? I
don't know. Davey. He must be moving around. You know how Davey is.
So, since we're on the subject of football,
the New York Jets.
Let's talk about my Jets, baby. Come on. Let's talk about how that quarterback came out there and was like, "I'm not going yet."
He did good. I'm happy for him.
Son threw for 300.
Zach
threw for 300 plus
301 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Come on, man.
Wilson, no interceptions. Zach
resurrected his career.
And the thing for me was Zach, the thing was after he lost that fumble in the third quarter, which wasn't his fault. I mean, hey, he got hit from behind. Quarterbacks, you get hit like that, you're going to cough up the ball. Your hands are to throw, not to hold on to the ball. Normally, Zach would have folded, and you would have saw a big comeback. But he got the ball. They got the ball back, and he marched that team right back downfield, and they scored again. So Zach Wilson really came of age last night.
So I'm trying to figure out, where's this kid come from? Because why weren't you doing this for the whole year? Did you need to get benched? And if you getting benched was what was going to spark that, then he should have got benched in game 4.
No, they should have let Aaron Rodgers coach him.
Aaron Rodgers has been in his ear all season. They said. Yeah. They actually at post game, all the players were saying that Zach was just on. He played with a chip on his shoulder, which is what he should have been doing all season long. And he played with abandon. He was just free because they said his attitude was, "What are they gonna do to me? Bench me?" Like at this point, he told his teammates, "I'm playing for y'all. We're gonna go out here. We're gonna get this." And they gave Houston the business yesterday.
They
They
gave
gave
business.
Houston the business.
Cause they out here, they loving on these Houston Texans out here, boy. They were talking trash. They were talking trash out here.
Well, I'm sure it was very quiet out there this
Oh,
morning.
it's very quiet. The city shut down like how Atlanta felt when they lost the Super Bowl to Tom Brady.
And what can you say about that Jet defense? Y'all looked at me crazy last week when I said the Jets truly do have the best defense in football. The Jet defense has never
Come on, no, you
the
didn't.
Jet
No, you know
defense.
you.
The Jet defense
No,
has
no,
the Jet defense. You saw with a competent offense how
no.
dominant that defense can be because they
They
got time off
have
the field. They had the ability to make plays. CJ Stroud was the number 1 rated passer in all of football, and they buried him yesterday and
he
knocked him out of the
also is
game.
a rookie.
He's the number 1 rated passer in football. The
He's
numbers don't
also
lie.
a
Doesn't
rookie.
matter if you're your first year or your 12th year.
I know one thing. Cowboys
They
put
they,
up
they
30 on that
dominated
defense.
Jalen Hurts. They dominated Mahomes. Honestly, the refs stole that game from their defense when they played KC.
You
We
know
put
that
up 30
nobody.
on them.
Okay, wait. Okay, yes,
You
y'all put
you
up
you
30. Y'all
you
put
hung
up
30 on us in week 2.
week
It's
2.
still the
We're
same defense.
traumatized. Nah, nigga, stop. We traumatized because we just lost our season a week ago. Don't do that. Come on, Jay. You were smarter than that. Don't do that.
You hung 30 on
It's
us in
just,
week
who
2.
is missing from that defense that was not their game 2 that's
It
missing
doesn't
now?
matter. No, it's but the
Hold on,
psyche
Jay.
though. The psyche, the mind. Like, yo, come on. Aaron just got we look what we had. Come on, Jay. Come on,
You
Jay.
brought
We
in a
was featured.
quarterback who you thought was ready to bring you to a Super Bowl.
Right. We had the hard knocks thing that was going on. Like yo, our whole season just went up in smoke on us. Nah, bro. You gotta give us
Cannot.
that.
I don't agree. Simply because NFL, well, this maybe because this is the cowboy culture. You know, I expect everybody to have the next man up mentality. You know what I'm saying? This you got to move forward. You know, this is the games don't stop. So you can't say our psyche was gone because Aaron Rodgers, who was on the offensive side of the ball, that your defense, who has been good since the coach has been there, that defense has been good last year.
Yeah.
The same defense. It's the
Great
same
win
And
defense.
tonight, everybody. Great win tonight from the Knicks.
hold on,
Thank you.
we can't go yet. The New York Giants are actually down 22-21 with 2 seconds to go, and they're about to try to kick a field goal to win the game at the buzzer. Here it comes. The kick is up, and it is
No good.
good. Giants win 24-22 over the Green Bay Packers. Tommy
Oh
DeVito
no.
gets it done for the New York Giants. Giants win
There
at
you
the
go.
buzzer, 24-22.
Great game.
Great
Great game
weekend.
for the Knicks tonight. Done talking about the Cowboys. This guy's delusional.
And the
He wants
Sixers.
to. He wants to. Oh Jesus Christ!
I
All right,
still don't trust the Cowboys, Jess. I still don't trust the Cowboys.
I mean, I understand that. You
D-Lo,
said we were going to
D-Lo, you close the show tonight. Everybody,
lose.
sports and spaghetti.
Hey, DC for life, baby.
Listen, Jess, we'll have you back in a couple of weeks once we get in
Yes,
the
sir.
playoffs so we can see
yeah.
where the Cowboys are and we'll roll from there. Want to thank
Will do.
everyone again for joining us. We're going to thank our guests, of course, as always, Bishop L. As always, Pastor David. We want to thank our brother Jesse for joining us. Until next time, orange and blue skies all over New York City. You're watching Church Guys Sports. Don't forget, subscribe to the podcast. Subscribe to our Facebook page and our YouTube page as well. We'll see you next time. There'll be no sports guys this week for the remainder of the week. Knicks are on the West Coast. We may do a pregame show later on in the week. But until next week, Knicks return home to play Brooklyn. We'll be back on that for that game next week. Church Guys Sports. Y'all have a great night, everyone.
Yeah.